Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. From the deepest jungles to the outmost reaches of space and beyond the veils of death itself, the Bald and Bonkers boys are back for another episode. It's no secret that you won't know what will happen next, but Dakota Franson and Chris Mole promise that all bets are off. Viewer discretion and straitjackets advised. These two idiots live up to the name.
Wow, what happened there?
Hey,
Show started.
Show started.
Welcome.
Are we here?
Welcome,
Oh, it's looking a little buck-eyed. And
we're live, guys.
Profile pictures for dating sites.
No, honestly, guys, it's a special treat for everybody in the chat tonight. I have my look at this. I'm just going to say it for all the witchy community there. They gave me a potion to massage into my scalp, and I woke up this morning like this.
That's amazing. You took sexy pills or what?
Oh no, it's a mystical potion. That you
awesome!
And you wake up in the morning, aye. No, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I would get a Donald Trump, like say everybody loves Donald that much, you know. It's horrifically, and I would like to say this to know, it's horrifically itchy and warm.
You're not covered in Cheeto dust.
Do you know it genuinely makes me look younger? Do you know it makes me look younger?
It does.
Yeah. Sex offender.
It does. It's weird.
I just admitted it.
He does remind me of somebody.
Justin Bieber. Well, not Justin, but like a rock star.
I know.
Austin Towers.
What do you think, Dots, in the chat? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Papa Joe and Uncle Tim tonight. We had them on the show before, and they were amazing guests. We were going to have Lisa Fry on tonight, but her mum has taken no well, and she's away. She's actually getting a what's that? I need to keep her straight face.
Good job, man. Thank you.
Good. What's that?
Oh, that is totally. Where's your British accent, man?
Oh, hello.
Rocket Man, right here.
Rocket Man.
You need some rounder glasses or something.
Yeah,
I've not got rounder glasses. That's the only one. I've got other glasses. They're newer ones that I wear, but they're totally different for these ones. But I'm not getting them now. They look differently. I think I look lovely.
You do.
I could wear this all the time. I'll tell you something new, by the way. It is warm. You could get away with. You could wear this. You could wear this in Alaska. And you wouldn't need a wheelie hat. You know? You look like Smile Dog with glasses.
Careful, he might clap that dog.
That's just for you, Pete. That's just for if Pete's watching this tonight, that's just for you.
Oh, Super Horror Show. What are you doing listening to us live?
Hey guys.
On it
driving
while you're driving. That is not smart, man.
You're driving?
I do look like Elton John, didn't I?
Oh,
I look like Elton John.
Pete. Yes, Chris has joined OnlyFans.
Hey, Pete.
Do you know Pete's always wanting me to be on OnlyFans? He's always sending me messages and getting me to send him like pictures and stuff like that. Terrible, Pete. Terrible. You know, come on, join us, Pete. Come and join us tonight, Pete. I've sent
Pete, come on, join us, man.
Come on, join us. You don't need to show you don't need to put your picture of your face up. You can just talk with us.
Yeah, you do.
You got a resident beaver on here tonight. So. Can you see my face?
We have two beavers.
Justin
Bieber and the Bucky Beaver. It's a beaver show.
Oh my god. It's a beaver show.
I'm not saying anything else.
I'm not going with these.
I like beaver.
Well, I do too.
Dude, you're getting Dakota excited here. Come on, Pete. Saying it's Christmas, Pete.
Say
come
yes,
in for
Pete.
10 minutes. Come in
Yeah,
for
come
10
on,
minutes, Pete.
Come on.
We would love you to come on. Because it'd be awesome.
No, you want to.
If I show up, you might get the paranormal crabs. Especially with us here.
I think he's already caught something, Pete.
I don't know. Pete,
I sorry for his girlfriend.
You probably came to us. I had a couple of sprays yet before I come on. But look.
No, I'm going with Elton. Thank you, Elton, for having us on tonight.
Elton.
Does my laugh track come through?
Sir Elton.
say it for getting.
You hear that?
Honestly.
Did you hear that?
I would do.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, we heard.
Every day, aye.
All right, we didn't know.
What's your best Elton John's? What's your best Elton John song?
Rocket
Man.
No,
That's Dakota's.
no.
No, I'd say Trail We Blaze, but that's
The one
young
where
Hillary Clinton.
the one that Tim McGraw did.
Oh, what was that one?
Tiny Dancer.
That's a good one. That's an early one.
Young
Tiny
Hillary
Dancer.
Clinton.
That was amazing.
Have you
Or he's my brother.
I
Candle in the Wind.
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
Tiny
Is my
Dancer.
brother there? A candle in the wind. Wouldn't you like to light a candle next to
Candle in
this
the
because
wind.
it's
Yeah, British
100% Chinese, mate? What's that? Don't and are drinking beer, not tea tonight. Chris is.
Yeah, what is the beer you got there, Chris?
I don't
Philadelphia
drink beer,
Freedom.
I'm drinking
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
Pinball Wizard.
It's a Scottish national drink. Hey, the new.
Is that Scottish?
Hey.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
good
Scottish
shit.
national drink. Yous have got Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola. We've got Iron Brew. This is Scottish.
It's
Dakota will
equivalent to
explain what it
Coca-Cola.
tastes like. Yeah. It's
Awesome.
the same kind of thing. It's got the same amount of sugar problem, yeah.
So Joey and I got together and we made our own whiskey.
That explains.
that looks nice.
98 proof. I think we had this one time. We did a shot of this on your
Did
show.
we do
last
Oh
time.
my
I
god.
might be too
Yeah.
young, but who is Elton John?
Are you
Dude,
serious?
Pete,
said
you were
that?
probably Pete just said that.
Pete!
Dude, Pete, you were probably older
Pete,
than
what age
me.
are you?
Pete, you go home right
Pete, what
now
age
and
are
you
you?
download Elton John and you
Okay,
listen to every damn song of his greatest hits.
Pete,
And I want to
have you not
report
seen
back.
Road to El Dorado. Have you not seen
Oh.
the movie The Road to El Dorado? Come on, man. Elton John did the soundtrack for that.
I thought
Oh my
Pete
god.
was
I
over
think
20.
Pete's only like 20 or something. I think Pete's just a young thing.
Is
Just
he?
a
He's
young.
over- Oh.
Okay,
Just
then,
go-
seriously, how old is he?
He's got to be over 20. I mean, my
I know.
kids are
We
12
give
and
you
11 and they know who that is.
That's because you play it.
I play it.
Nope, before my time.
All right.
What?
Well,
No,
go
before my
enjoy.
time.
Go download some and watch it or listen
Oh my
tonight and tell us what
God.
you think.
Road to-
Have an open mind.
That one came out when I was like 7, man. Come on. I'm not that old.
That's 70,
He's what age are you, Pete? Are you like 12 or
77,
something?
76. I was 10 or 11.
What's that? Drumo glasses, purple, yellow, diamond. I don't know. I tell you something new. I'm going to buy a professionally made wig. I think. Make me look.
Dude,
like
I think you ought to. Just get it done.
Aye.
Just get some plugs.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they got wigs now that they got rugs that
I-
just like
Blue
they
ones.
work. I mean, you're
You get
sexy.
glue on ones. I know.
This could boost your show like by 50%.
You'd have to change the name of your show, though. That would
I
be
know.
a problem.
The sexy one. I could have the sexy.
Then I would be bald. He's bonkers. Then.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
all it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Bald with bonkers.
Super horror show. What the fuck?
I agree.
Yes, super horror show.
Would Elton
Bald
be
and
considered
Bonkers
hip-hop?
wigs will be available in the store soon.
Y'all get pissed at me when I tried to do lingerie and you're wanting wigs.
Hey, I wore
I
a
think we
beaver.
should sell wigs. I think we should. There's a lot of people in the UFO and paranormal community that would love a wig like this.
This is a really tight beaver.
You know, that would even better like Green Day. You'd dye that green.
Aye.
Yeah,
I
that'd
tell
be
you, I've had a lot
sexy.
of people say to me about this.
Or
'cause I sent
pink.
the picture out there. Well,
Dude,
you've
I
got a
think you
choice,
got
that's
something
the
going
thing.
here. Will you please follow up
Aye.
on this? Go down to a
Aye, I
rug
think-
joint and see if they can't, hook you up with something sexy.
Yeah, do a whole vlog on it. I mean, every step of the
Aye.
way.
And every day have a different
Dakota.
color. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, that
I'm telling you.
I see you in a whole different light now.
I know.
Uh-oh.
And it's what's that? Son of the Naked Bigfoot, Pete. Did Elton John do any music for what? Just
Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man anime. I think he actually did a couple songs for a couple animes.
Come in, Pete. You know you want to join. I've sent you the
Come on,
invite.
Pete, jump
through.
on.
Come on. Come on. It's Christmas. Come on for 10 minutes.
It's
5
Christmas,
minutes.
man. Jump on.
Come and tell us a
Old are
spooky.
you?
Come and tell us a spooky story.
It's Christmas. Trust me. I tried to bring on the ho ho ho's, but none of them would come on.
Oh man.
But I tell you something new, Dakota. If you had a wig
Old-
like this, they'd be running at your door every day.
No.
Honestly, Dakota
No.
actually has a wig like this, you know this, but it's a darker one, is it not?
No,
I
I don't.
remember you had one with Parachills and that. I remember you wore one on that special show. You look like Brian from Aye!
Brains from Thunderbirds.
There you go, I'm like a puppet.
All right, if you're not celebrating Christmas, celebrate Festivus with us. Air your grievances on the Bald and
For the
Bonkers
rest
show.
of us, huh?
See, it's at least Joe and Chris here, we dressed up for the occasion. We had dressed up for the occasion. You see,
Yeah, we did.
We put the effort. We put the effort in. You know.
Yeah, I've
Dakota
got
here. You know. And so did you. So did you, Tay. That's right, Tim. That's right. You
Santa Claus.
Dakota didn't. Dakota could have looked at his wig that he puts on for the ladies, but no, he didn't want to wear it.
No.
Not celebrating
been-
Christmas this year. Oh, Pete is no, celebrating
Not
Christmas
Chris.
this year.
I have much bigger things going on than fulfilling your male fantasies about me.
Well, look at it now. You take a screenshot. I'll do a pose for you.
No, I'll just get that photo you
Yeah.
sent me and send it to local
I would
authorities.
love to take a photo of this and put it in my driving license and get pulled over.
See, that's a nice Christmas card right there. That
I know.
Mhm.
I know. It's very, very itchy. This, by the way. I mean, it's 100% polyester.
Don't get me started on
Oh.
polyester.
Oh,
You needed
dear
a panty
Lord.
on your head first. You take a
Aye, it's gonna,
pair of stockings, women's stockings, and put them on your head, and then, yeah. That's how
I'll
it
get
works.
bits behind my ears and all that. Oh God. Come on, Pete. Come on in, and we'll talk. We'll talk spooky stuff. You know. I mean, so how's your out there show going, guys? How's your UFO stuff going? When's your next show? You're doing a Christmas show this year?
I would say stay tuned till
Yes.
till next year, once we really get things ramped up. Because
Fair enough.
Bring that up. Bring that up. Other photo. Bring that up. Photo. That's that
Nice
photo.
screenshot, yeah.
That's the photo.
That's
that I did
Austin
with my
Powers,
phone.
baby.
Aye. Aye.
It
Yeah,
looks like Austin
baby.
Powers shit himself.
Dr. Goldfinger.
Dobies. What do you think?
Promise you'll
Dobbies,
always wear this.
I'm just back, Dobies. That's Linda in the chat there, by the way. Dobies, I'm just back for China. I got a hair transplant. Sadly, Elton John got ran over by a three-legged
Ranger?
donkey. So they managed to save his hair and get to me.
Oh, I
Tis
guess
the
it's
season
better
to
than that
get
time
run
you were
over
telling
by
me
a
you were
reindeer.
contemplating putting in butt plugs.
Well, look, you were the one that was going on about that. No, I'll tell you who mentioned that, and he was on the show. Pete's father. Remember Mike? You know about that?
Mikey.
Aye, he has a fascination with these things. I don't know. He was a very strange fellow.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
It's an understatement.
What's it? Aye, but what's that? What's that you've got there? What's that? Like a handbag you've got or something like that?
I brought
Oh, it's
a
a beer
treat for
tin.
Tim and I.
I thought you had a handbag, a pink handbag. Maybe it's just my eyesight going. I don't know.
Yeah, I brought a
Well,
treat
it's
for
a
Tim
big
and I.
bag
This
for
is
something.
yeah.
All right, check this out.
This is a $12 bottle of beer. So we're sharing it.
Wow.
But
A $12 bottle of beer?
yes, $12. It's only it comes out just once a year, and it's amazing. What was the alcohol content? I think it's like 18%.
What are the ABS use on it?
Well, it's 18%, and
18%?
is the alcohol? Yes.
18,
All right,
but that's not
that's
actually.
cool. What are the
I was
I
BPUs?
can't read it. It's too
I seen
dark.
a nice
RF,
recipe.
RFGs.
But it is an IPA. It's 120-minute Dogfish Head IPA. Yeah, let's
Joey
just-
brought this for me for a surprise for Christmas.
Yes, Dobby. That's my new hairdo. I can play with it. You know, you should
Well, I'll
get
tell you
people to
what,
play with
I mean,
their long
it's-
hair. You get jealous of them. Yeah.
Let's just do
Dakota's
it,
getting
man.
jealous.
We're
of me
gonna do
playing
it.
with my hair.
No, you should have seen the post pic. You should have seen the post operation pics of this man right here. He even looked more like a dickhead from the swelling.
I know, but it's all right. Let's have you next time you can't. I mean, Dakota will only wear a wig, ladies and gentlemen. We couldn't find one for him.
No, some of us are actually busy with our lives.
The show's about to take a different direction.
Oh,
We are already
that
going
beard
down the
looks
rabbit
rather
hole.
dark, doesn't it? That beard does look rather
It's like they're
dark.
drinking a
Now,
bottle of
ladies and
piss.
gentlemen, I'm going to have to take this hat off now.
Yeah, I know. You're
wig
hot.
off now because it's
You're
like
very hot.
It's hot. Hot's not the word. Hot. I could leave it like that.
I want to.
There you go.
God, you look like a fucking troll doll.
I could. I could.
All right. Do you guys have any drinks in front of you?
I can't hear you. What?
Do you have any drinks in front of you?
I've got iron brew.
You don't have anything to drink in front of you? We were going to do a toast.
All right,
Is-
there you go.
You come here without a. I don't care if it's water, beer.
Okay.
Cheers,
All right,
guys.
cheers.
Merry
I
Christmas.
want to get
Cheers.
his take
Yeah,
on
Merry
this.
I'm going to get my opinion on this.
Kiss
You know.
mats.
Aye, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it looks like. Post. Look at that. I could name it. I could keep it in a cage and name it. You know. I think that's better. What do you think of that?
Dude,
I
that's
think
like
that's
so
the-
thick. It's like food.
I know. It's
I-
super
it-
thick.
it-
It's
half
not
a
like
couple of seconds,
liquid.
man.
It's like soup.
Like
Cold
the-
you
soup.
could wear it round the other way. I mean,
I
you could
like
wear
that.
it like that.
There you go.
See, that's
need-
that's
you need-
the other look you've got. See, that's
You
the
need a
other kind of
bow.
look.
You need a bow, dude. Please put a bow in that.
I think that looks lovely. That, by the way, I'm gonna get so many messages in Facebook.
That's really good.
It's really
I
expensive.
haven't. It's that's it's
Eh,
shocking.
Yeah. You'd expect it to be a lot more harsh, right? Being an IPA and
I'm gonna
that
take it
much
off now.
alcohol.
Bitter, yeah.
Oh my god, you've
That's
no
really.
idea.
It's like soup.
Wow, he shaved.
Wow. Oh, my head feels. That's so amazing.
Yeah,
By
he
the
turned
way.
off to the merkin.
Oh, that's so good. That. You've no idea how cool an effect that is. That's the cool air coming down.
Sorry, I'm not there with you. You could rub your head on my beaver.
Oh,
That would feel so good.
there you go,
God.
Dakota. Do you
Dude,
want to
I'll
rub
take care of your
head on
beaver.
Papa Joey's beaver?
I can rub your head and take care
Dakota,
of your.
Dakota wants to rub his head against your beaver.
Dakota's losing it.
It's really soft.
Oh,
like
thank
soft
God the
beaver.
holiday hiatus is coming.
I mean,
up.
the suit itself is really tight, so it's a
I
pretty
think
tight
Dakota's
beaver,
right
but
into
it's
that.
really soft.
It's a soft type
Mm.
beaver.
I bet you that. You know, do you wash it every day? I hope you keep it clean.
Yeah. I douche it.
Oh, God.
I'm afraid to touch it.
No, it's clean.
Okay.
What's it smell like?
A French
Want to smell my
shower.
beaver?
Yeah, I want to smell your beaver. You mind?
God.
Yeah, go ahead.
I smell a lot of beaver. I just want to see.
We need to get a T-shirt with that. We need to do a limited edition T-shirts that say "Smell your beaver."
Yeah.
Smell my
Anybody's
beaver,
welcome.
you might get paranormal crabs.
Okay, I want to smell it. I don't want to touch it.
Oh my God!
Oh, it's
son
the
of a
full
naked
effect.
Bigfoot.
Absolutely.
Oh my God! This show's
So-
just went mad. That's honestly. So, on a no serious point, right? I would actually like to ask you how did you get into the paranormal, Joe? How did that
Well,
happen to
you know,
you?
Tim's been in the paranormal a lot longer than I have. I've been fascinated with it for a very long time, you know, watching shows and whatever. Probably, well, I can't say it. Probably 20 years, you know. started watching the shows when they came out. So I've always been
Yeah,
interested.
y'all.
There you go.
And fast forward to when we put the show together in 2019. We really hadn't done anything paranormal up to that point other than enjoyed it and watching it and wanted
I
to.
think they were doing snakes.
Oh, we did all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So the truth about beer was,
About anything
it was about
else.
beer and everything else that we're interested in.
Yeah.
But we always knew it would kind of go paranormal. So we were able to get with a paranormal group. So as far as expertise in the paranormal, we're not. I mean, I can't talk for Tim, but when Keith and I started the program, we were not. We're just both very interested, and
They were just wanting to drink and talk about shit.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and it just kind
And
of
snakes.
took off with that.
I must admit,
I mean, we've done paranormal investigations since, and I've really been able to delve into it. But
And then once we did start paranormal, we went ape shit crazy, and oh my God, the experiences we have had in so many places, it's just blown our mind.
Yeah.
And
See,
I was paranormal
that's
before Joey because of 1995
Yeah.
is when but it wasn't until just, a few recent years ago that I've kind of like realized that there was a lot more going on in my childhood that I suppressed and wouldn't talk about. But it was the 1995 UFO case that brought it out. And after that, I went apeshit crazy. I mean, I opened up my mind to a whole different dimension.
my hair keeps falling
You're
off because
so
it's on a kind of weird kind of. There we go. I get some Velcro in that there.
Velcro.
It's actually a lot better because the air's coming in. The air's coming in.
I can't talk serious while you look so sexy like that.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a pose.
But anyway, so we went paranormal, and then we did ghost investigations, and I got into CE5. My God, if anybody knows about CE5, that's just freaking nuts and incredible. And I don't go anywhere out at night without a laser pointer and a video camera.
It definitely works.
If that makes any sense.
I'll say that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, I've seen shit like take right angle moves. I mean, I could have noticed it when I was a kid, but I didn't know to look for it.
right.
I bet you anything when I was a kid staring up at the stars, I would have recognized it. But it wasn't until I got educated about it that I understood it, that I probably saw that. We probably all saw that stuff growing up.
Oh yeah.
But we're just
Oh yeah.
I
mean,
knew someone. I
we're
knew
ignorant.
somebody that was a ex-military, and he says, "You ever used your night vision binoculars to look into space?" And I went, "No." And he gave us a show to them, and I looked into space, and it's amazing what the night vision shows up.
Yeah, we have a
Oh,
friend,
yeah.
Karen Hill, that does CE5, and she's got some
Yeah.
military grade night vision, and she has it hooked up to her phone and everything. And we went out and did a CE5 one time, and I can't afford this military grade CE5 night vision. I mean, it's like $2,000 or $3,000.
Oh yeah.
But she's got this thing that you just point it at the sky and just give it 18 seconds. That's all you need. Just 18 seconds, and you're going to see some shit that'll just blow your mind. And if everybody had the opportunity to do that, then this would be a whole different conversation, and there would be a lot more people talking about it. But we don't have that technology cheap enough for everybody to experience it right now. But as soon as we do, it's like the UFO landing on the White House lawn. I mean, it's there. It's everywhere. It's amazing what you can see with that night vision.
It's you would think about technology today. I mean, you think about iPhones and you think about Apple phones. You think about Samsung phones. And the Samsungs are one of the best phones out there. Came with their lenses, especially their lenses. I wonder what will happen when they start integrating like night vision.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Because again, you can get that.
That's when we start transitioning from binary and multi-gender to universal. I mean, all right. So all right. So here's something I've preached, I've talked about for many years. All right. So look at the history. Look at put a calendar up. Put a timeline up.
Yeah.
From 2000 BC, 4000 BC, up until now. Okay. So you have this timeline, and you look at it, and you put a dot on everything, the 1100s, the 1200s, the 1300s, the 1400s. You put a dot in all of history, okay? Then you get up to 1947.
Yeah.
Before 1947, we had a wheel and fire.
Yeah, I know.
In 1947, we went from thousands of years of a wheel and fire to the first thing was a microwave. That blew everybody's mind. Then we went to fiber optics.
Yep.
Transistors. We went to shit that, where the hell has it been? It wasn't until the UFO crash in 47 that we got that and started, what's his name?
Which one?
My buddy. The one that discovered element 115.
Oh,
Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar. All right. So
Lazar.
it wasn't until 1947 that you went from a wheel and fire. I mean, yeah, you got Thomas Edison and all that stuff and the electricity and all that. That's cool. That's simple. That's simple. But it wasn't until think about this, man. 1947. You were able to heat your food up, have X-ray vision, fiber optics, transistors over frickin' night.
Yeah.
Come on. Who can argue that? Tell me, give me one argument. Give me one argument how 2000 BC, 1000 BC, 500 years ago, 300 years ago, you give me any argument of how it could have all been different up until 1947. Give me some argument there.
Okay. As of the history that we've been taught, I agree with you. But I think
it was there before.
The Anunnaki.
Nikola Tesla, the Anunnaki, and
I mean,
sure.
Crazy
but
stuff,
it wasn't revealed
until
all the world until 1947. But nobody had a microwave before 1947. All right, can we agree on that?
Why did it take them so long to come up with Teflon? After that,
that was like one of the
because
things.
I mean, you had a TV dinner,
right?
That you couldn't put in the frickin' microwave,
and the aliens came down here and said, "What the hell are you doing?
You guys need Teflon."
But think about it. Can you give me an argument before 1947 why there was nothing before wheel and fire until 1947? Can you give me any argument?
It's weird you say this, right? Because I've actually thought about this. See, I think if you go back far enough, I think we had technology that's more greater than what we've got right now. Because you look at the pyramids and you just look at other kind of things and just look, things don't add up. There's things in history that does not add up. I mean, if you get into like you ever heard about Tartaria and the mud flood and all that kind of stuff, the kind of conspiracy theory around about that. See, there was actually, when America was first founded, they actually came across like buildings that they've actually still exist to this day, but they say they just found them. That came. I mean, they say that we're built and all that kind of stuff. I think what's happened is, let's just hypothetically say 20,000 years ago, I think there was advanced civilization on this earth
that had the same shit we have right now.
Yeah, and then I think something happened. It was all wiped clean. And then for a long time, the humans just wandered about, fighting each other with swords and stuff like that. And then somebody gave the humans something. They said, "Oh, look, if you do this, you can do this." Or, "Oh, look, if I give you this." I think it's deliberately being added.
Well, of course. And if you look at Peru, and if you look at all the different, you know what the little purse is? You know that little the image of the bird man with the purse, that comes from many, many, many
Yeah,
different
that purse shows
cultures.
up in a lot of
It shows up all over the
Mhm.
planet
stuff.
when they had no communication with each other. Even the structures that were built, like the Mayan temples in Peru and Indonesia and Tibet. So what's happening is they have given us technology. We've used it, we've abused it, and they've destroyed it. And we've started over.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over.
And now we're ready to destroy ourselves again.
And we're ready to do that again right now because there's no, the she is really pissing them off.
I think it's got to be different this time, though.
It's time for a reset.
It's time for a reset, right? But I think it's got to be different this time because I think this time we've got help.
When technology gets
when
too advanced for man, the man's got to be put back in his place and shut up and restarted. Because he tries to take on the role as God or a God like.
Do you know?
This AI shit is going to cause everything to reset.
Do you think, right, here's a hypothetical question, right? Say there's an advanced civilization out there, which I know there is. There's advanced, and they're watching us now, and they're probably watching this show. Do you think that they didn't help in the past when it went tits up the last time? Sorry for the expression there, but it did. It went to shit the last time, and the civilization was wiped out. But maybe this time it might work. It might work this time. Because if you look at the space race, if you look at the humans that's already left this world and went to live in another world, like the secret space program.
We already do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to get crazy here, but my personal belief, we're already on Mars. We're already on other.
Oh, yeah.
We're there. We've been there there are military people that have somehow communicated back to Earth that this has been happening for many years. The secret space program that had $400 billion invested in it way before Kennedy. This has been happening a long, long, long time. I'm not a conspiracy therapist.
A therapist.
Conspiracy therapist.
But let me massage that idea.
Yeah. If you watch Ancient Aliens, okay, does anybody here watch Ancient Aliens?
I watch them.
Okay. You cannot argue that shit. There were landing irons from spaceships that are 250 million years. There's a 250 million year old hammer. There's a computer they found in the ocean that, I mean, I don't want to claim that I'm smarter than anyone, but if you don't recognize history and you don't recognize what's right in front of us, you're ignorant. You have to recognize what's been revealed to us. And if you don't have an explanation for that, then you're just a denier. I mean, you can't, it's black and white. What's right in front of you is right in front of you. If you want to deny that, that's fine. Go ahead and deny that. You have the freedom and will, whatever, to do that. But when it's been presented to you and put in front of your face and you say, no, that can't have, that couldn't have the giants. There were no giants. Look at all the skeletons. Look at all the things. So on Easter Island, the Moai, they thought they were just heads. And now what they're doing, they're digging down 80 to 100 feet and finding hieroglyphs on the backs of these hieroglyphs, and they're buried into the ground.
Oh, that reminds me, though. I saw something last week where it was, I don't know if it was college students or whatever, but they were trying to show people how that they could move those moai.
Oh, with the ropes.
With the ropes.
Yeah, they rocked
but they
them.
only had them as
how
they are up
to
their, they didn't have them like they are in the
ground.
Go
dig the extra 120 feet down and look at the hieroglyphs on there, which you can't decipher. I mean, come on. If you deny any of that, then you're ignorant. I'm sorry.
Talk about building stuff with ropes and pyramids and stuff like that. Is it? I can't pronounce the name of this place. Is it Massachusetts or somewhere? It's somewhere I can't remember. Where it is,
Picchu.
but there's-
Machu
Machu Picchu.
and there's these building blocks, and they look like big
The
bits of Lego. You
H-stones.
came up and talking
Hey,
about.
Stones of Puma
I,
Puma.
Yeah.
and
Puma
there's
Punko
like,
is what
Puma
it is.
Punko.
fields and fields. Yeah, and there's like fields and fields of them. And there was one guy saying, even today's standards, you can't make them like how they've been made because it's as if they've been.
No, and they were
Made with some
destroyed by
new
water,
technology.
a flood.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were all displaced and moved by water. Which, if you tried to do the H-stones right now in Teotihuacan, or
Mhm.
if you were to try to re-engineer that right now with our technology, you can't do it.
Take a while.
So, I mean, I'm way beyond normal thinking.
No.
I know in my heart and in my soul that, all right, so they just found out that the earth is 4 billion years old, right? 450 billion?
I haven't
4
heard.
billion or 450 billion.
It's freaking old.
They found
Mhm.
that DNA is 900 billion years old. So if DNA is older than the earth,
Yeah.
what does that freaking tell you?
We're from somewhere else.
We're
Yeah.
from somewhere else. We're from
Mhm.
the stars. We're from other planets. We're from another. And if you can accept that, you will become not political, not religious. You will become spiritual, and you will understand that
Very
there is
true.
much more. Now, I'm not knocking religion. I'm not knocking politics. It's a stepping stone.
Go ahead and knock
to
politics. That's all right.
Well, I mean,
Aye, no
fuck politics. I mean, I know, but what I'm saying is, it's a stepping stone. Religion, cultures, Chinese, Japanese type. It's a stepping stone to get to spiritualism. Once you have achieved spiritualism in your heart and in your mind, you know, you understand, and you know, and you accept that this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm there.
is.
I'm totally there.
Yeah.
I'm
Would you-
totally there. I mean,
What's your opinion on the Earth? Because it's something I've actually wanted to get in for a while. Obviously, there's other worlds out there. There's other civilizations out there that have been watching us for a long time, thinking, Jesus Christ, look at it. Well, they don't think Jesus Christ 'cause they probably didn't have him, but they're probably looking at
thank
Earth,
God for Jesus.
thinking,
Thank God for that.
God, what's
As
happening in there?
we have been taught, right?
But why do you think? Do you think Earth was created for like maybe a test lab? Or what's your opinion on this, Dakota? Because you obviously kind of look more about this kind of stuff, Dakota, than I do.
It was another freaking chance to get yourself spiritual.
Yeah. It's like a school for like reincarnating one, basically.
All right,
To learn.
our bodies are vessels. Our souls never
Yeah.
die.
Of course
They
yeah.
exist and exist and exist and exist and
Yeah.
exist, and we're vessels. And they
Yeah.
use things like religion and God and Jesus and everything
Mhm.
to try to bring us back to a constant, to try to get us to come back to some sort of sanity and understanding, so that we don't frickin' lose our minds. So for many, many years, they've had these emperors, these kings, these, the Egyptians. I mean, the Anunnaki, the Sumerians. They put these things here to try to get us based again. And it's like a Baptist church. All right. My dad's a minister, ordained minister, Pentecostal. I went to many, 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 many churches. I've been Baptist, Catholic, Episcopalian. I've been to all the churches. I've seen all of it. I've done all of it. And it's 1,000 different people with a different opinion. Right. I mean, do you know that? Do you know the story? All right, I'll give you an analogy. The Tower of Babel.
I've heard it. Yeah.
You've heard the story of the Tower of Babel.
Yep.
Mhm.
The people were all obsessed with becoming one with God, the God,
Yes.
a God, what they believed was God. So they
Mhm.
built a tower up to the heavens
Yep.
to try to achieve the status and be at one with God. I mean, this is written true.
Oh yeah.
This is true history. I mean, I'm not making this up. I mean, there's a whole lot of crap that we've done out of stupidity. So what happened? They were stopped. How were they stopped? They were giving different languages. God confused their languages, so they weren't able to communicate to continue building this thing.
Yes.
They received different languages. So over a period of time, you had this group over here, you had this group over here, you had this group over here, you had this group over here. The word religion is not mentioned in the Bible, by the way.
I know.
You agree with me on that?
Yes.
Okay. So the Tower of Babel. So all of these different people trying to become one with God were confused and punished and said, the seers and the aliens and everything are like, oh, no. You have no idea what you're dealing with. We're going to stop you. And they gave them all different languages. Well, over a period of time, this group, which all had different languages, thought, well, this is what happened. And this group thought, this is what happened. Some people thought the sun did it. Some people thought the tower did it. Some people thought the earth did it. Some people thought their God did. So all of a sudden you have all these different people that have not been able to communicate, that have gathered and together forming their own interpretation of what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
So now you have what's called religion.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're right. No, we're right. No, we're
Mhm.
right. Well, no, we're right. If you don't believe in our stuff, you're not going to ascend and be at one and achieve serenity. No. We're right. We're right. The word religion is not in the Bible. It wasn't until the Tower of Babel that you had all these different groups, and I can't remember how many different groups, and I so used to remember it, and I can't remember it now, and I apologize. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So what do you think that all these different people with all these different opinions of what the hell just happened are going to believe? And how are you going to expect those people over there to accept your hypothesis? So now you've got all these different and listen, and I don't mean to bring religion and everything into this. I'm sorry, I have to do this.
I understand. Yeah.
If you're spiritual, if you're spiritual, not religious, if you're
Mhm.
spiritual and you do believe in Jesus and all that stuff like that, and you believe in scripture and you believe in, I believe in Enoch, and I believe all the
Mhm.
the the books that were taken out of the Bible, the 13 books that were taken out of the Bible because they were too controversial. If you believe, if you're religious and if you're spiritual and you believe in the Bible, I'm just saying, when Jesus reappeared before the disciples, before he ascended to heaven,
Mhm.
he said a prayer. And he says, bless all of those who believe in me, but bless all those who believe in me through their own word.
Yeah.
Go look it up. That's what it says.
Mhm.
So
I've
that
heard
doesn't mean if so I was confused as a Baptist, as a Catholic, as a Pentecostal. I was confused because the Baptists say you're going to hell, the Catholics say you're going to hell, you're not right, you're not right. All these people say you're not right, just like the Tower of Babel. Everyone has their own opinion that you're wrong. You know, we're right, we're right. As long as you believe in him through his word, you're saved. So we're all saved. We're all from
Exactly.
aliens. We're all from
Yeah.
the givers, the seers, the people that came from other planets and were modified by the aliens, because we started out as slaves mining gold on this earth.
Yeah.
And it kind of like went to hell. And then different systems came down and started making different, in the DNA and all that shit got changed, and we became hybrids, and we are who we are today.
Yes.
I mean, that is controversial, and I know a lot of people are going to hate what I'm saying right now.
No, I
But
don't. I don't
there's
think it is. I think
evidence.
you're right. You're right.
There's a gene in our DNA that nobody up into the Neanderthals and the Homo erectus, Homo sapien, whatever. There's a gene that showed up, and nobody can identify that gene. Nobody knows where that gene came from. To this day, it was alien intervention. I'm not saying the aliens created life on this earth. I'm just saying they modified it and they directed it to their.
It's like,
their
you ever
intentions.
seen the movie? You ever seen the movie? This is an old movie. Dakota, I don't know if you've seen this or no. This is an old one for you. But 2001 Space Odyssey.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Have you seen it?
I
Yeah,
saw
watch the
it
beginning
on
of that.
acid. It was awesome.
And how it
was
and
in
how
the
it
theater.
starts.
Man.
The beginning of that
Yeah.
movie is my point right now.
Yeah. It starts, for people that's not seen it, it starts off with all the apes on a kind of, obviously it's a very young Earth.
They
or
can't
whatever.
show that on TV today. It's too.
Yeah. And the big monolith appears, the big black stone, and it's putting out like this weird singing tone, and it makes one of the apes pick up a tool
Yeah.
and kill with a tool. And that's that. It's set forth from that point. That was obviously the evolution of the man. And then it jumps into the future where there's these astronauts walking across the moon. And the founding of a monolith. That's humankind of became. See, that's the thing with me. Honestly, I went to like Sunday school and stuff like that. And
So I just want to apologize. I didn't mean to go that route.
No, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely
and a
fine.
lot of people are going to think I'm freaking nuts and
No,
crazy, and that's
it's
fine with
No,
me. But
it's
all I
fine.
can say is you're never going to be who you are. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be anything as long as you're spiritual, as long as you achieve spiritualism. And that's where the aliens want us to eventually
That's right.
end up.
Because they've all
Period.
because they've figured this out a long time ago, all the extraterrestrials that have been visiting us. Am I right, Dakota, here?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, long ago they get rid of religion because it caused a lot of problems. Let's face it, it's causing a lot of problems right now. You just need to look at the Middle East and all that kind of stuff. Get what I mean? I
They've given that information to like
creator.
Nostradamus and Tesla and Einstein. They've given that information to people way before us to warn us, and we've just been ignorant of it.
I mean, I believe there's something that made us, right? There's something that made the universe. There's something that did create us, but it's not an old guy with a beard, a cane, and a big white robe, right? It's not that. It's something else.
If you want to
It's
call
like a
that
light.
God, that's fine. Go ahead and call that God.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, you have to believe that there's a higher power that created the universe that is in charge of everything. And you can call it whatever you want to call it, but you have to come to the realization that that is what is in charge. That is what. I think we're a matrix. I think we're a computer generation machine. I think we live in I think we're all programmed. I think we come and go. And it's like you have 5 lives like a Defender. You die, and then you get 4 more lives. Then you put another fucking quarter in, and you get 5 more lives. We're all sitting here to do a purpose, and then you try to complete your mission. If you don't, you get to come back and try and complete it again. and it's a repetition, and it's over and over and over. And then when you finally exceed at your mission, then you get to go to a higher place, and you don't have to play the game anymore.
Yeah. See, I like it how Dakota, can you explain this? How the extraterrestrials up there, how did they do it? How do they, right, for instance, say you work with them, right? You work, we've just gone this way. You work with the extraterrestrials and you want to come to this earth. How did they do it?
Stasis pods.
Yeah. Exactly. I wish I could have
See, I
said all
think-
that quick.
We've saved a lot of time.
God damn it.
But you see, that's the thing that I will say. This religion has caused nothing but trouble on this planet. It has. It's caused nothing but trouble.
I know.
I mean,
it's,
let's face it.
it's
But it's. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that the Bible was written a long time after Jesus was died. What was it? 500 years. It was written about 500 years after Jesus died. The Bible was written, and it is like the game. Is it telephone? I mean, 500 years later, there was an old guy or a monk or something like that in a castle somewhere that decided, oh, let's write a book on this. And they had to write what was passed down. Can't I mean? I definitely think that God isn't what people think God is. I think there's just something. I think there's like maybe a place you go and a beginning to the end, if you get my drift, kind of thing. It's like nobody will know. I'll never know until the very end, I suppose. But I'll not be able to tell Andy because I'll be dead.
Everything's been
And
lost
then
in
if I come back, I'll not
translation.
remember.
Dakota, what do you think about what I just said?
You're on the right track.
I mean, did I say anything that you have any argument with?
No, not really.
But see, this is what people don't want to talk about.
Because it scares the
It's
living
too
hell out of them.
Yeah, it scares the hell out of them. And that's why I am not afraid to die tomorrow. Because it's not about fear. It's about programming. It's about the matrix. It's a computer system. We're all programmed to be here the time that we are here, and we're programmed to leave the time that we leave. And if you can understand that, then you can be the happiest damn person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't understand that and you're scared and you're always walking around, then you're going to be miserable, and you're going to have to come back and redo that shit because you fucked up.
Did you see that? Talking about reincarnation, did you see that case? I can't, Dakota, you'll have to help me here. When was that case in America with the guy? I think he'd murdered the family. I can't remember exactly. And he said to the judge, he says, listen, I want the death sentence so as I can go back.
Exactly.
I can go back to the source. I can go back
Hurry
to
up
the
and
source
kill
then
me
come
because
back
I
here
fucked
again.
up and I want to come back and make it right.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knew.
David
He
Koresh.
knew this was just one big computer game.
David Koresh. The Waco thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He tried. He failed. Nobody got on Heaven's Gate. Everybody they try. Jim Jones. Some are good. Some are evil. Some have a good intention. Some have a bad intention, and those with the bad intention will have their say in the afterlife and in the afterworld. But the people that really mean it and want it, and what bothers you?
What bothers you, Pete? Tell us. Do tell.
What bothers
Tell
you,
us,
Pete?
I mean, while we're waiting Pete's answer, I mean,
I know this is hard, and I don't say this to a lot of people. There's stuff I've told Joey that I wouldn't tell anyone because it's just too controversial, and it's too. I mean, I have a brain injury. Okay, I have my brain taken out,
ooh.
and I wasn't supposed to be alive. And they talk about these people that have frontal lobe injuries that come back, and they can play pianos and they can speak different languages and they can do all this stuff.
But he won't rub my beaver. I don't know what that's.
I'll rub your beaver anytime. Anytime. Wait until the
See,
show's
what-
over.
I'll send it. I'll send it to you. Its name's Spot.
I'll rub your beaver, man.
Oh God.
But what I'm saying is there people that, I mean, this is controversial. They used to burn people that believed like this.
I know. They would have burnt me. They would have burnt you.
They
They would
still
have burnt
try.
Dakota. They would have burnt us
Nostradamus
all.
had to write all this code because if he had written the truth, they would have killed him.
Mm-hmm.
But so
Yeah.
far, Nostradamus was right about every damn thing he wrote about. But
Yeah.
in today's world, if I want to be a girl, I can say I'm a girl, but I can also tell you what's in my heart. And you, if I can tell you what's in my heart and what I believe,
My
then
heart rate just went up.
Yeah.
and he can say he's a girl, then you can't do shit to me. So I have freedom to express what I believe, and because if you can't
I'm a beaver, dude.
punish him because he's a beaver, he identifies as a beaver. I apologize.
Identifies a turnip.
If he identifies as a beaver, then I can identify as a person that believes in what I believe in, and it's only up until the last few years we've been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been scared to tell what they believe and what their truth is, and I guarantee you, man, if you polled half of the population and say, look, we've been Baptists for 37 years, and if you ask them, do you really think you had to be Baptist the whole time? If they could really tell you how they felt, they would have said, no, I don't think I really had to be Baptist, but they will tell everyone you have to be Baptist.
See, I find that interesting. You say that, Tim, because this is weird. This because I was watching YouTube last night. I watch YouTube all the time, and it was talking about near death experiences.
Yeah, I've had one.
And that it was a pastor. It was an American pastor. I can't remember what state he was in, and he'd done it for years. He was 67 or something like that. He was 67, and he was up on the stage, and he taken a heart attack on the stage. And he says he started crying when the guy was talking to him, interviewing him. He says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "I stood before this white light, and it wasn't like a man with a big beard or like a cloak on, and it was just a white light. And it said to me, it says, why have you been doing that your whole life? Why have you been doing that?
Yeah,
And he
why are
says,
you so
"Why have you
fucking
been preaching
stupid?"
the word of Jesus. Why have you been preaching the word of Jesus?" He says, "Oh, because you told me to." He says, "Because God wants to."
That's the
Says,
way
it doesn't matter.
yeah.
It doesn't. And then he's like, it says the light says to him, it says to him this.
You were wrong.
Aye. It says you only need to believe. You can be anything you want, and you're always welcome here. And he came out of that, and now he goes on about telling people that you can be anything, you can believe in anything you want. You are going, if you lead a good life, you are. You see where I'm going with this?
Absolutely.
But
it's going to take a come to Jesus, a wake up, a life and death experience for you to get that.
That's whoever
Yeah.
your personal Jesus is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're using Jesus as a metaphor, or God as we know it. You know, when I went to rehab for a month, I don't know if you believe that or not, but they wouldn't let you say God. They wouldn't let you say anything. They said your higher power. That's all you could say. You couldn't say God. You had to say your higher power. So our higher power is God as we know it, God as we describe it. But for everybody, their higher power is their God. But that God is different to every freaking human on this planet. It should be, but we're brainwashed to believe that it's only one God.
See, it was quite interesting what that pastor says that, because he believed that the God looked that way, and he believed in Jesus, and he believed that, he truly believed that all his life, because he preached and preached and preached.
Yeah,
but
I do too.
When he met the creator or whatever it was just a white light that gave him love. and it says you were welcome. And it says, listen, it says, I want you to go back and tell everybody you don't need to be. You don't need to be stuck
Exactly.
in this one religion. You
don't
don't need
gotta
to be
be
stuck in this religion
religious.
to believe in me.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't need to be religious. It's not about now religion. Thank God for religion because it's a stepping stone for the people that need the help.
Yeah.
But once you become spiritual, there's no such thing as religion. I mean,
Yeah.
there is such thing as religion, but you don't need religion anymore. And people like Joey, he's not been religious. I mean, he
I have been religious.
he has. He's been brainwashed
But
in his.
but I've completely
But
gone the other
But
direction.
since he's become spiritual, he doesn't need anyone to brainwash him into being spiritual. He is spiritual.
Well, bring up Pete's comment because
Was it
I-
Dad's faith found him and stayed with him until he died?
Mhm.
The voodoo faith is very old. I mean, so I would say the voodoo faith's older than Christianity, is it not?
It's one of the
Yes.
oldest
Yes.
religions surviving.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I had a big connection with Mike through learning his religion because it was more, it connected with me on how I felt about religion. I'm not a voodoo practitioner or anything like that, but as he explained it in,
Layman's.
well, and just, I have to go back to one of his episodes, one of his lives that he did. I was lying in bed with shingles.
Was that the Inquisition one? Was that the one where he says, because I was in the chat, I was talking to you, and he,
Yeah,
and
I
he-
know
and
you
he-
were
he
there
didn't
too,
mean to
yeah.
read you. He started to read you, but he didn't mean
Yeah,
to.
and he kind of
Yeah.
left what he was talking about and turned his head away from the camera because after I told him I'd had shingles, and it was like, oh shit, man, that's terrible. Whatever. All of a sudden, we had this connection when he turned
Yeah.
his head. I felt him connect with me, and it was
Yes.
it
A
was
spiritual.
it was a
connection.
very spiritual experience, and that's where you can't use a complete blanket comment to cover all religion, because there are certain religions that you need.
There's no
Or
label.
there's things in there that help guide you through. It's a roadmap. It's stereo instructions,
There's no label.
It's
There's no label.
putting things together. And Mike read his instructions very well.
Yes.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
remember that
and
night.
And I
obeyed
think
them.
I think what we're getting out of this is if you have problems, if you have doubts, if you have hangups,
Yeah.
you need to strive towards spiritualism and leave the brainwashing labels behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not going to hurt anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it takes those labels and those beliefs and those religions to get you to spiritualism, praise the Lord.
That's it.
Thank God.
Exactly.
But your goal is to achieve spiritualism. And when you achieve spiritualism and realize that it's not God, it's something much more powerful that we can't comprehend, but we want to.
I will say this. I will say that the voodoo faith I find fascinating. I'm going to say that now. I find it fascinating more than Christianity, and it's definitely older. So really old. I mean,
Oh yeah.
when Mike would talk about voodoo, the voodoo faith and the hoodoo and stuff like
That's
that,
another form of
I would-
spiritualism.
I'd be like just sitting there, and you could feel the room.
Yes,
You could
absolutely.
feel it.
You could.
And I've been to church a few times. I'll admit that I've been to church a few times, and I've never felt it. Anything, nothing. But when Mike was in the room, it was different there was this weird kind of. I think it's because he was so connected with his faith. I really do. He was so
Yeah.
connected with it, and wherever he is now, I hope he's doing good things because he probably
Oh,
is.
he
He's
is.
probably floating.
He was the
wherever
most
it is they
spiritual
move.
person I've ever met.
He was.
And
He
he
was
is
an amazing
connected to the
person.
spirit world more than anyone I've ever met. And
Yeah.
I think my lucky stars and our seers and our givers and our people that have come down and educated us and given us
Yeah.
what we've got. I am so glad for Mike. And I'm glad that Mike was able to pass that on in his own word.
Yes.
And I accept his own word because we're all right, but he was spiritual. So that's what matters.
I was used to it when I used to talk to him and stuff like that. It was funny because he didn't like angels, the word angels and stuff like that. Yeah, he was or demons or stuff like that. Because
There's no angels or demons.
No.
No, I'm going to say this
from who the stars came.
What's that? I'm just reading the chat there. What's that? Son of the naked Bigfoot, Pete. Dad wasn't brainwashed. We can. Your dad wasn't brainwashed. He wasn't brainwashed. Your dad was
No,
an amazing person.
by any means at all. No. He achieved spiritualism through
Aye.
his own word.
Yes,
And he's blessed.
Your dad is more now than
And I'm jealous.
anything now. Yeah, Pete, your dad is an amazing person, and
Because he got it
amazing
easier and better than
presentation, mate.
a lot of people I know. He achieved it before and easier than
Well,
I have or anybody I know has. And I thank God for that.
he
That's
was,
why and to me, he's a saint. He's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
he was a Rhodes Scholar, basically. You know, I mean, he went
He
all
knew.
over the country and all that, searching for things.
Yes, he
and
knew.
so when his truth came to him, he was ready to accept it.
Exactly.
You know, he was welcomed in, and
I wish I had it like that, but I
yeah,
don't.
that would be great.
Fortunately, he got to achieve that more than all of us. And
Yeah.
hats off.
Well, he's probably watching us now somewhere out there.
Of
Mike,
course he is.
you there, and he's probably watching you, Pete, as you at this moment as you sit there. He's probably standing next to you. And honestly, I don't. Dakota used to talk about this today, didn't you, Dakota? About how you used to get the weird vibes of Mike. How it was just like the weird. There was just this weird energy. You remember the nights he used to come on, and I'm not joking. He would sound like a Cylon. It was like the electric. He had to go. I don't know if he had this special place where he did lives and that. He had this wee protective area. But there was nights that he did, and there was nights that Papa Joe, that you and me would be in the chat, and he'd be doing these talks. You remember the one that he did? Is it Raising the Dead? Remember that one?
Right.
And he told the story that he told that story about what happened and stuff like that. And I'll tell you something. That changed me. It did change me. Meeting Mike, it made me into a totally different person because now I look at the world in a total different way. Because I know there's things out there that can get you in the night. If you listen. Yeah.
And that's spiritualism, and I would say of all the people I've ever met before in my life, Mike was the most spiritual person I ever met.
Yeah, it was.
Thank God.
And he was sadly
I'm glad he helped me.
He left a lot of good stuff for us to be able to share,
ponder, and,
you know.
Well, he left Smile Dog with us. Wait, did we have any complaints about that, Dakota? Did we get any complaints about Smile Dog out of curiosity?
No.
No.
So they were all right then. Anybody that's seen it in my end said they never experienced anything, so that's a good thing. But he's also left us Pete. We've got Pete.
Yes, he did. Thank you, Pete.
We've got you. And one day we hope to have you on here and we can talk to you and you can tell us some creepy stories, you know.
Yeah,
So
he
what
was
are-
in the
what are-
chat last night. We were on Super Horror Show's premiere, and he was getting lots of encouragement to get his own channel up and
He
going,
needs to.
and he
Aye,
really does
Pete,
need to.
get your channel up. Come on, everybody in the chat, tell Pete to get the channel.
And please come
do
on
it,
our
Pete.
shows.
I can, Pete. You need to come on, man.
He says he
Yeah.
has a face for radio, but I said, you know, don't we all?
Just do like Dakota and turn light way down low, and you can't. I can barely see Dakota.
It makes him mysterious. I like it.
It is.
It is Dakota is mysterious. Though. Dakota is
Yeah.
definitely like the mysterious man. He has just got that kind of look about him, you know. What's that? Sure. I would like to meet Pete one day, have him on the show, because I
Road
think
trip.
he's just like his dad. I think he's just like his dad. I really do think he's just like his
Absolutely.
dad.
Chip
His
off the old
comments are
block.
just like his dad's. So
Oh, good God! There's,
I mean, it's like Mike himself is right in those comments a lot of times.
yeah. But Pete, if you're still in here, Pete, you should maybe put out some videos telling us some creepy stories. You know,
Yeah,
ma-
man. We need stories.
that video that Mike Dad did the thing.
Oh,
in the
I
I
group,
want to hear
remember
his
that?
stories.
I want to hear a follow up on those dogs that disappeared.
That was amazing.
Oh,
Joey just sent that to me,
Dakota's
and I
been
was like
beamed up.
blown away.
Come
What happened to
back!
Dakota?
Come back!
Come back.
The aliens have got him. Yeah, that's
He's
it.
been beamed
took.
up.
He's been beamed up. No, come back. That's that. That's and either that or it's Mike that's got him.
Mike beamed him up.
Aye, maybe Mike beamed him up, you know. But so he's all ready for Christmas. He's been doing your Christmas shopping, guys.
We're done. I'm done.
No,
We're still
I've
working on it.
Amazon different.
I got Joey a beaver pelt.
Oh, thanks. I need a beaver brush.
What is it with beavers we use for?
Yeah.
I got a brush for his beaver pelt.
Like to
Oh
get a
my
nice
God.
no, never mind.
Don't just let's just
I can't. Yeah.
Oh
I don't
my
know if you
God,
know
eh?
about Buc-ee's here in Texas, but they have like these amazing gas stations that
It's beginning. Don't know what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. It's the aliens.
split screen.
Dakota.
it's like the world's biggest truck stop.
Yeah,
Walmart.
they're freaking huge, and they've got like department store inside their.
They make their own
Their
food,
stores.
their own jerky.
They've got good stuff, and my biggest complaint is I really think that they should start their own brand of beer because I
Oh,
think
aye.
they would go crazy if they had beaver beer.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I've
if you
just
had
had
like
I've just
like if you had a Belgian
beaver
wit,
beer.
yeah,
Dakota,
you know what a
if you want a
Belgian wit
beaver
is? It's
beer.
kind of like a Hefeweizen. They could call it wit beaver, or you could have a nut brown ale, and you have nuts to beaver. I mean, there's all kinds of things they could do. It would have some really great beer brands.
I'd take a beaver light.
Oh yeah.
So Dakota, are you a beaver man?
Dakota's speechless.
He doesn't care what you say. He'll say
Dakota,
something
how do you
after the
feel about
phrase.
beaver?
That's about how I feel.
That's
too.
about how we all feel.
Oh my God. So guys, it's been really good having you, and we'll need to get you on the show again one night, you know. So are you doing a show next week at all for the Christmas week?
We're on with Super.
Probably Friday. We're hoping this next Friday to do one with Super Horror Show, but I need to talk to him about that. So yeah, we're gonna
meet-
talk to him after
meet
the
with-
show here.
And then we're
I've
thinking
actually
about
got-
doing some daily stuff. How does that sound?
You should. You should do some daily stuff. You should do some more stuff. Try and bribe Pete on your show. Get him on. You have to go out there and tie
Yeah.
Pete up and put a bag out of his seed and drag him out his farm.
We'll,
you
we'll
know?
try.
We're having technical problems tonight. That's weird. That see that that's strange. There's some weird
Dakota
stuff.
running
Notice
the-
it's because we started talking.
The works.
No, it keeps kicking them out. I don't know what's going on. Dakota, you
that's
there,
weird.
man? It's not letting me bring you up.
That's
for
because
some weird
Mike's with
reason. I'm
us.
clicking show.
Mike.
He's letting us know he's with us
Mike.
tonight.
Yeah, when everything
know,
starts
it's-
going haywire, it's Mike.
I think that is Mike. It's not letting me bring you up, Dakota, in the chat. Let me try one more time.
There he
That's
is.
crazy.
He's a mysterious man.
He is.
You with us? No.
I'm still here. I'm still here, but I think there's
All right,
technical
Mike.
problems
Thank you.
tonight. Mike,
Wow, that's really
look
crazy.
at that.
It's like a slideshow.
That is.
Never seen that before.
So, guys, it's been. That is. Dakota, are you okay, man? Because you keep getting kicked out. I think
God.
it's frozen.
Oh,
But anyway,
I've got-
thank you so much,
Yeah.
Chris,
This has been
Yes,
for
fun.
having us. And
No problem. So
We
we'll
look forward
catch
to
you
seeing
again,
you
everybody,
again.
and thank you for coming on. And
Yeah.
we'll talk to
Merry
you.
Christmas.
yeah, Merry Christmas.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe anywhere you see Bald and Bonkers for even more insanity. Be sure to spread the love to the Bald and Bonkers boys' other endeavors. And a special thank you to our audience, guests, and everyone else who helps make this crazy ride happen. Amazing things are ahead. Learn more by visiting www.baldandbonkers.net. See you next time. Much love and take care.